Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm Jim Coppinger with ZenTech Consultants, and I want to talk to you today about BricsCAD, what I call the better, faster, smarter CAD system. For my money, the best CAD system to come out in many decades now. And I want to talk to you guys about how we use some of the really important tools in BricsCAD in practical day-to-day function. All right. So if you guys have seen any of my webinars or presentations, you probably heard me talk about the quad tool, which is a really fantastic tool built into BricsCAD to make your drafting a lot faster. In general, I can go in with the quad tool, and that's what you're seeing here on the screen. And I can just right-click anywhere on the screen. You notice that I get all of the drafting and design tools that I need for drawing and inserting. I can insert blocks and PDFs and XREFs, draw lines, arcs, circles, hatches, wipeouts. Right? I can do packing goes, e-transmits, whatever it is that I need to do. I can handle layer controls, and that's really great as a general tool, right? It saves you a lot of time in being able to just find the tools you want exactly when you need them. But I want to show you guys how this works in a practical sense, right? So just kind of looking at this layout of desks that I have here, you see that these are actual polylines and chairs and items, right? Simple blocks on different layers. And a lot of times what we run into in the day-to-day drafting is that things aren't the way that we want them to be. So say, for example, that these desks are on the wrong layer. We need them to be on a different layer. Well, I can isolate that layer and I can go in and find them, and then I can do a single one-by-one selection of these items or do some crossings, multiple selections. And that's kind of how most of us handle that in the CAD systems that you might be using today. But what I want to show you here is that using the quad tool, I can just go here and I can hover over any one of these desks. And then using the quad tool, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move over here and I'm going to go to the select feature. And I'm going to do a select similar. And just like that, it finds for me all of the desks. Now I can just hover over any one of these, and you see right here, I can just go in and I can just change the layer. I'm just going to change it to the stairs layer just because, so it looks different. And just like that, I'm able to go in and change the layer on dozens and dozens of items with just a single click of the mouse. Really fast, really simple. It also gives me the ability to be able to isolate and unisolate or hide objects very, very quickly. So let's say that I wanted to work in this central area where all of these desks are laid out. But again, I've got the chairs that are on one layer, and this kind of rectangular is on a layer, and the desks are on a different layer. They're all separate items on different layers. So I can go in and start freezing layers, but that might turn off layers over here, and it's a couple of steps. Instead, what I can do is I can just go in and pick one of those desks, and then using that quad tool, I can just hover over it. Right? And when the quad tool comes up for me, all I have to do is go again to my select, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide these entities, right? But before I do that, I'm going to do the select all, or select similar, excuse me. And you see it when we do select similar, it finds not just the single item that I was on, but because I selected the chair, the desk, the rectangle on the desk, all of those items get selected. Now I can just go hover over these, and I can very easily go into my select tool. I can hide those entities. I don't have to find layers. I don't have to figure out what's on what layer. I don't have to turn anything off. I can just clear an area for work and do whatever I need to do here. Then when I'm done, I can just go back to the show all up on the top. Right? I can do the same thing by going in, right? Using my quad tool to select my entities. Right? I can go back in again, select similar. Okay, see I've got those all selected. I can kind of do the reverse. Instead of hiding those entities, I can isolate them. Maybe these are the only things that I want to see. And now I've isolated so I can focus on working with just the items that I want to work with. That's the kind of functionality that makes BricsCAD so much more powerful than any CAD system you've ever worked with before. You don't have to learn tools. You don't have to learn where things are and layouts and drop downs and processes. Everything you need right in that heads up display with the quad tool. Great stuff. Thanks for watching.